For more, a member of Turkey's Scientific Council for Coronavirus, Dr. Alpay Azap Eriskin, joins us now from Ankara. Thanks so much for joining us. First, what exactly is this medication arriving from China now?
Yes, actually, it's an antiviral drug first discovered for influenza viruses in Japan, and it's licensed for use in influenza. But since influenza and SARS coronavirus are same in terms of efficiency, we can use this drug against SARS coronavirus too.
Okay, but I mean, what seems a bit confusing is that if it is so effective, if it worked so well in China, why isn't there huge demand for it all over the world and it isn't being sent all over the globe?
Yeah, actually, this is a new virus, so we don't have a single very effective antiviral drug against this virus. Also, this drug, I mean, favipiravir, has some effect against the virus, but it's not the drug of choice for the virus. More than 80 compounds are testing against this virus nowadays around the globe. And some of them are promising, and favipiravir, this drug, is one of the promising drugs. It has some effects against SARS coronavirus, but this effect is not as high as a gold standard therapy.
Okay, so it's just a treatment option, really, at this point. Okay.
We can say that it will help us to treat these patients.
Okay. What about, though, then testing? You know, we're hearing that unless patients are actually showing at least preliminary signs of pneumonia here, they won't actually get tested for coronavirus. Does that concern you as a doctor?
No, actually not pneumonia, but they should have some clues. For example, they should have fever at least in order to test them against this virus. Otherwise, if you test everyone against this virus, you can't do that. It's not feasible. It's useless. So you have to consider some clues. For example, the patient should have fever or cough or shortness of breath, and then we use this test. And,
but how, because we were hearing kind of conflicting reports that, you know, some people might be carrying the virus but really don't show symptoms at all. So shouldn't it be important just to test as many people as possible, especially those who have even mild symptoms?
Yes, sure. But if you try to catch all the asymptomatic patients, you should test everyone. You should test every single person living in Turkey in order to catch the asymptomatic patients because they don't have any signs of the disease. So we usually test the patients who have some complaints like cough or fever or shortness of breath.
Okay. We're also hearing, though, that Turkey is working hard at efforts toward developing a vaccine. How are those coming along?
Yeah, we also started in the development process of a vaccine. We have some institutions in Turkey which are eager to do that, and some governmental institutions and some private institutions. They came together to produce a vaccine. But the coronaviruses are different. I mean, in terms of developing vaccine. For example, we don't have any vaccine against any coronavirus in the world, but we have anti-influenza vaccine for many years. This is the main problem in coronavirus vaccine. So we are not very hopeful about the vaccine development, but we are trying to do our best to develop a vaccine. Perhaps in 20 or maybe 24 months, a vaccine will be available to use against coronaviruses.
Okay, Dr. Eriskin, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.